mentioned also you'd like to bring the U.S. into some sort of a three-way exercise. Have you approached the U.S. on this? Is this something that's an ongoing project with the U.S. and is there been any reaction from the Americans on this?
We've certainly been discussed with the US, and it's been the subject of discussion with other countries in our region, having exercises that bring together, military forces, our own US forces, forces from other countries in the region to do things like disaster preparedness exercises in the region in which we live, where we have seen so many, horrible disasters that have taken so many lives. Things like the Japanese tsunami come to mind very, very quickly, as well as what happened in Indonesia with the tsunami. We've, on more than one occasion, exchanged military personnel for the purpose of going to do humanitarian assistance. If you exercise jointly about those things, then it builds your capability for that kind of urgent response. It also builds some trust and confidence, and that's a good thing.
Prime Minister, one of the big gaps.
China's traditionally not been that excited about third parties sort of hosting or being involved in US-China defence drills. What has there been a change of heart? What are they saying to your idea of bringing the US and China together? Can I ask a second quick question? What do we do about the debacle of Asian languages training in education in schools and high schools in Australia?
Well, the answer to the first is our focus today was on this policy dialogue that I spoke of in answer to another question over here, so we didn't talk about trilateral exercising during the course of the discussions today. On Asian languages in schools, we certainly set a big aspiration in the white paper for children having access to a priority Asian language during school. There's been, a lot of endeavours to lift Asian language study, indeed languages study, in Australian schools. It's proved to be quite difficult to do. I think there's two things we can do which would make a difference. One, we want to embed this in our national plan for school improvement associated with our funding reforms. So it's not an add-on for the whole schooling system and the whole school funding arrangements are over here, and then you've got a boutique program over here. We want to embed it in the whole school funding arrangements. That's a new approach. We've never tried that before, and so I think that gives us a difference for the future. And number two, one of the problems here is you sort of get in a spiral down where not many people have been studying languages, so that there's not many qualified language teachers. So not every school can have a language teacher in any language or all languages. And obviously it's not a sustainable vision to say in every primary and secondary school we'd have someone who can speak every language and teach in it. But through the power of the National Broadband Network, we can, in real time with high quality and definition, bring language teaching to schools that don't have a language speaker available to them. So I think they're things we've got to do. We've also, I think, got to be very clear with young people, and this is one of the things we wanted to spark out of the white paper, very clear with our young people about why that real effort is worth it. It's not easy to become fluent in another language. You're actually sitting next to a very high level, very skilled translator. He could explain to you how it's not easy. So it's not easy to become fluent in another language. So we have to be inspiring our young people to understand why all that effort is worthwhile. And indeed, careers like yours, your own and Peter's, things that we can point to that make that effort worthwhile.
One of the big gaps in the relationship is the FTA. Did you get a sense that that can be progressed in the next couple of years? And maybe Dr. Emerson has a comment. And I was just wondering what the ministers feel was the biggest point of this exercise for them.
Great minds think alike. That was exactly the terminology I used in the meeting with the Premier, that it is a gap in our relationship. And we are going back into talks on the FTA in May, and I'll get Dr. Emerson to address those talks.
We seek high ambition for the FTA. An FTA is worth having but if it is high ambition, and that means that we need to deal with the sensitivities on both sides. We could have a low ambition FTA, a piece of like a trophy to sit on the national mantelpiece to say we've got one, but we want it to do some work. We want it to make a difference. And the Premier today looked around and I said, I'm the FTA guy. So I guess I've got a special responsibility because he was looking for the FTA guy. The reason he was looking for the FTA guy is because the Premier was very keen and spent some considerable time talking about the challenge but the great benefits that an FTA would bring.
I don't want to add to what the Prime Minister said.
I'm Craig Emerson and the Prime Minister there speaking from